In this tutorial, I'll introduce you to the Ladybug Tools. You will learn how to create sun path diagram for any site and location, how to create temperature diagrams, and sunlight hours analysis. Let's get started. Hey guys, Dushan here. Before we start, if this is your first time here, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to our channel as we upload new tutorials each week on Rhino and Grasshopper and how to use these tools specifically for architecture. Okay, so let's get started with Ladybug. Here you can see that I have some setup. This is going to be our main building and these are going to be surrounding buildings. This is what we're going to be using for our analysis. Of course, you need to have Ladybug installed. So Ladybug Tools you can download from this link. I'm going to put all of these links in the description, and this is the homepage of the Ladybug Tools. You can also check that out. And this is one additional thing that you will need to get. So ladybug.tools, and then you have EPW map. This is the map of all of the weather files that you will be able to download and to use. So usually how this goes, you would simply go to the position to the city where you want to have your sunlight analysis. And in this case, I just chose one of these from London. So you can right click and then just click on download from one building here. And that will give you this folder here. And this is that EPW file that we're going to be using. Now let's go to the Rhino. Let's open up Grasshopper and let's open up Ladybug Tools. So the first thing that we need to use here, we need to use this first component called Ladybug, and we're simply going to click here. That will give us the current version that we have installed. And in addition to that, we're also going to be using Ladybug import EPW. So this is the second component that we need in order to actually load this file. So in order to load that file, we're going to type here file path, and we're going to right click, set one existing file, and then choose the folder. Here is our folder, and we simply click here on EPW file. We click open, and now we need to connect this file path to here. Once we have that connected, the first step is done. The second thing that we're going to be using is going to be this Ladybug analysis period. This is going to give us an ability to choose which period of the year we want to test. So you can see here that we have from month, from day, from hour, and then 2 month, 2 day, 2 hour. So we simply need to put the months here. So if I just type 1, or if I type let's say from the day, let's say 31. So this is going to be 31st of January, for example. And the hour, let's say it's gonna be noon. Let me resize this a bit. Okay, so we have the 31st of January from 12, and then let's go maybe until 3 p.m. and the month will be, let's say, until May. So now we go to connect to month, to day, and to hour. Now we have this period. Of course, you're able to change that period whenever you want. But where do we put this in? So in order to create a sun path analysis, we need to choose that component. So you can find that component here under Ladybug sun path. When you click on it, you will have the ability to create this diagram. Now let's talk a little bit about this. What does this mean? You can see here that we have some inputs and some outputs here on the right side. The ones that you need to worry about are mostly these two. This is of course the period of the day. Right now the default is just one single day, but if you remember, we put this analysis period on the bottom, and this is where you would put that in case you want to test for some period of time, not just one day. Then center point is going to tell you like what is the center of our location. In this case, that's going to be this one. And then we have some scaling tools, and below that you have some conditional statements, and we're not going to worry too much about that for now. On the other side, we want to pay attention to sun vectors. This is something that we're going to be using, and I'm going to show you this in a minute now. The first thing that we need to do is we need to specify the north. In case that the north is here, for example, if the north is here, you don't need to specify anything, but if the north is here, then you should specify that with the vector component. So we can click here, we can say vector, and in this case we can right click, set one vector, and now we're gonna go from the middle until here. We're gonna put this here, And one important thing that we need to connect here is the location. So you can see how we have location on both sides, here and here. And that's exactly what we need to connect, because this weather file, this file path that we took, contains all of that information. If I open up a panel here, you will see that the location is going to be stated here. So we have the location, we have the latitude, the longitude, time zone, and an elevation. So let's connect these two, and now let's watch what happens. Okay, so you can see that now we have the sun path diagram created. However, we want to make sure that this is exactly in the center. So the way that this works, we need to let's hide these guys for a second, and let's type component area centroid. This will give us one single point there, and that's going to be the middle. Let's go to the point here, and let's right click, select one point. Let's pick it, and let's put it here. So we know that this is going to be the center point. Now you can see how this changed a little bit, but that's fine. This is the extra. Okay, so now you can see that we have the position of our sun. This is our sun for this specific day. So you can see here it's 12. The day is 21st of, let me see, I think this is January or December. This is December. So in case you want to change the month, you can simply put the number here. You can change the number, and you will see now that the position of the sun will change. So this is how the sun is going to be located if you're talking about September. And of course, if you change this, it's going to change based on the month. That's all you need to know in terms of the modification for a single day. And if you want to use the analysis period, then we can take these guys and we can actually create the period. So we can simply put this here, and now you will see that we're going to get a lot of different positions, and these are positions for all of these suns, which are allocated for these months and this time frame. In this case, you can check out the sun scale. So you can see that now it's a little bit big, so we can scale the sun down so that we have a better visual look. Even if you go 0.1, I think that's going to be fine. Yeah. So you can see now that we have a different kind of position of those suns. However, if you don't want the analysis period, that's totally fine. You can simply disconnect this, and we can simply talk about one single day. This is our sun. And one thing that, as I told you, you should pay attention to is the sun vector. So what does the sun vector mean? It means that what is the connection between that initial point and our sun. And to visualize this, we can create one line as the line, and we can put the length, let's say 200, or actually let's put negative here because it's going to be reversed. And if you put here this in length, if you put the start point as our initial point and we give it the vector, you will see that now we will have this. You will have this line. So this line is actually going to represent the exact position from the sun to our midpoint here that you're testing out. The same thing would go if we do the period. So if you change the period, then you will see that we're going to have multiple sun rays going towards our building. Now, if you want, you can export this for some kind of visual presentation if you want to do so. But for now, we're gonna continue with the diagram. So that's regarding that line. Now you can see here that we have in this weather file, we have some different kind of options. So for example, we have dry bulb temperature, dew point temperature, humidity, wind speed, and so on. So in case you want to test some of these areas for some certain time frame, in this case we have this time frame set, you can simply put, for example, this dry bulb temperature to annual hourly data. And we can also change the analysis period. So let's connect back to the analysis period so you have a better understanding of what we're doing here. Now we're gonna wait for a little bit for this to load, and you can see now that we have some different data points. You can see how we have our suns. You can see how they have different colors, and these colors are based on the temperature. So you can see the difference in temperature based on the different kind of location that we have here. And now, of course, if you want to, to have this as a separate diagram, you can do so. And of course, you can change this period to see what's going on in different time of the year. In addition to that, you can also create relative humidity. So you can simply hold Shift, put this guy here, and this will create a separate diagram that is going to show us the humidity in this position. So you can see here we have the humidity from 45 until 98%, and again you can see exactly how this is related to our diagram. Okay, now I want to show you something that you may find interesting. For example, what if you want to know what is the exact date of this sun position? You can do so by, you can find out about that going to the sun positions and sun position info. So you can simply use a text tag, and you can say, okay, this is the position, this is the text I want to see, and that's all. And if you zoom in here, you will have all of that information, including the time and the date. Of course, if this is something that like if you're doing with smaller amounts of data, that's gonna be okay to standard the diagram. But if it's like this, like not all the times it's gonna be necessary. So you can always hide this if you wish to do so. One additional thing that we can do with the sun path, we can create so-called sunlight hours analysis. So if you choose this component, it's located here, you can find some more interesting information. For example, we need to use the same type of positions, so we're going to use the same vector from here. And here in this case, you have the geometry and the context. So this means that we need to add this geometry and we need to add the context. So I'm going to copy these two. And this is going to be our building. I'm going to right click, set one brep. And now we need to add the context. So I'm going to select all of these guys, set multiple breps, and we have this as a context. Now we can hide this as well, and you can see the difference. So we have the main building, we have the context, and now we want to put here some additional parameters. Grid size is going to be, for now, let's put it as number 5, just to show you what we will get from there. And in addition to that, we need Boolean toggle, and this is going to give us the option to start. You have the option here of run it. So we need to double click on this. When we double click, we're gonna get the result. So okay, and before that, we also need to set up the distance from base. This is something that is also necessary. Okay, and the last thing that we need to put here is the sun vectors. So if you remember here, we had sun vectors from this guy here, and this is what we're going to be using. So we're going to be using these sun vectors to calculate our sunlight hours analysis. If we go here and if we just drag these vectors here, we should be ready to go. Okay, and now let's double click here and let's see the result. Now this is going to take some time to calculate, and let's see the final result. So you can see here the result. You can see how we have a different kind of colors here, and they're based on our sunlight hours. So this is how many hours we're gonna get in this period of sunlight. So you can see obviously that these sides are not gonna get that much sun, and this side is gonna get a lot of sun. However, if you actually change the grid size here, so grid size right now is number 5. So let's put this to number 1. You will see that now we're gonna get more precise information. So you can see the difference in the gradients here and see the results that we're getting from here. Okay, so that would be the analysis that you would get for this period. And of course, if you want to check some different period, all you need to do is change the months here, and then this will automatically update based on those parameters. So yeah, that'd be all for this tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if you would like to see more on these topics in the future videos. If you're interested to know more about Ladybug and how to create different environmental diagrams like radiation analysis, views analysis, shadow analysis, and how to have full control over presentation and exporting these diagrams, check out our extended tutorial on our Patreon page. The link is in the description, and with that you will get access to all of our extended tutorials as well. I'd like to thank all of our Patreons. Thank you guys for the support. If you like what we do, please consider becoming Patreon yourself. If you'd like a structured step-by-step approach in learning Rhino and Grasshopper, architectural presentation, animation, rendering, you can apply for our Rhino for Architects 2.0 course. First link in the description.